Hello, my friends. Here is an assignment for us to do. I like to call it Easy Money Budget Planning Project. As we start to manage our finances, there's nothing better to manage that than a good, easy budget. I say easy, that's easy to do. So this is going to be an assignment for us. Here's our objectives right in here. Learning the basics of personal budgeting. By this monthly budget, I'm going to combine all of our income and expenses into a monthly idea of a spreadsheet here. In fact, I've got it to where it's a PDF form, very easy to use. All right, so I hope that you have downloaded at least the Adobe Acrobat Reader, because that was a requirement of this course, and that's how I like to do my projects, because now you can save all of these, put them on your own computer, and use them hopefully for a very long time. So you're watching the video, step one, right now. I have already created the template for you. You simply, there you go. You download that. Make sure you have Acrobat Reader. That is the best format. And for those of you who have the full Adobe Acrobat Pro, well, that's just going to really help you throughout your career. So we're going to complete what I like to call a budget or a cash flow plan. Where's the money? It's coming in, and where is it going? Well, congratulations, you're on your own right now. Now, for those of you who already are on your own in this class, fantastic. We do have a lot of college students who are still living at home, and it's time to get out, okay? Because this is what you got. You have a monthly income of $3,500. Great. You also have a side income gig, I love this, of $1,500. So this is take-home pay. We always want to use take-home pay, $5,000 per month. We need to spend it, or it will find a way to spend itself. So you get to decide on some of these, but let's go an area. These are the numbers you're going to use. So we have an emergency fund. We need to save it. Always pay yourself. $150 goes into a emergency fund. $100 goes into your personal Roth IRA. And you're also doing a little extra investing on the side, and you have a Robinhood account. And these are great things to have, which we will discuss more of as this course goes on. You got some debt. All right, we're paying off that student loan, $200. Credit cards, we're piling them all up, and we're going to do a $225 a month. Again, numbers here that we need to account for. Okay, here's our fixed costs. Fixed costs are things that we can't get away from. So you gotta live somewhere, and you are not allowed to live at home. Nope. Roommate. You can have no roommate or with a roommate. In Dallas-Fort Worth area, for a single one-bedroom apartment in a nice area, not too dicey, is $1,750 a month. These are going to be your utilities of $275. That could be electric and water. $100 for internet streaming services, cable, whatever we have. That's a fixed cost right there. If you want a roommate, well, it's going to be a little larger apartment, but a nice one. So we split that. You pay $1,200, you pay half utilities, and then probably half right in here, so $50. So these are the numbers you use. Choose if you like living on your own, great. If you have a roommate, there you go. So other fixed cost, you're off your parents' phone plan, so you're going to pay at least $75 a month. And always throw in some miscellaneous fees, because there's stuff, insurance, apartment renter's insurance, or other stuff that you tend to forget about. There's another $75. The variable costs. All right, these are things that we can control a little more. I can't control my rent, but I can control these. Choose your lifestyle. So you got to eat. Groceries and what I call toiletries, and that's an old word. That is the things that you purchase and you don't want people to find out about. Toilet paper, toothpaste, all those little things. So if you want to eat healthy, this is on your own. This is by yourself. $700 a month, including all of your toiletries. If you want to eat cheap, let's go $375 a month. Now that may be some ramen, that may be peanut butter, but it is your choice. And then of course, pick a number right in here of dining out. Are you going to, again, remember in a month there's 4.3 weeks. So $150 to $250 you may be eating out at lunch, for on your at work. Yeah, put one of those numbers in. It's better to be a little bit liberal on your expenses and always conservative on your income to get a better number here. Transportation, okay, you may work remote. Great, you don't need that car. But if you want a brand new car, full car, this is including insurance, gas, tolls, etc. New car, you pretty much have a repair package there or a maintenance package, $750 a month. The used car is going to be a little bit cheaper, but you'll have probably some more repairs. So $450 a month. Maybe you have an old car right now, and you said, you know what, I'm going to keep that. Great. Then budget $170 per month because it's going to need repairs, it's going to need oil changes, maintenance, insurance. So there you go, right there. You pick your option. Of course, there's entertainment. You may go to a movie. You may want to do a few things per month. $75. That's less than $20 a week. That's nominal. There's some leisure. Maybe we play golf. We like vacations or hobbies. We put $75 in a month. Even if you're not utilizing that every month, go ahead and put it down, and you can save that money. But put it down, and then of course, to make this as easy and streamlined as possible, we'll put miscellaneous expenses that are variable. You may have some copays. You have a good job, it's got full medical, it's going to be great, but you may have some medical copays, gifts, Christmas, things like that. Put another $75 a month in there. So those are the numbers you use. Well, where am I supposed to put this? Well, remember, you downloaded this, and this is what it looks like. A nice, easy monthly budget planner right in here. See if we can get this looking a little different there. So you put your salary right in here, and I'm hoping, I've gone to great pains to make this for you. And it should populate everything you need right in here. Good. So you have let's go tab. You have $5,000 of your income, and now you simply put your numbers right in here. This is a fillable forms, which you know I love, and you should get right in here the net difference. Right now it looks great. We have $5,000 because we haven't expended anything, and you're thinking maybe I'll just live at home. Nope, not going to work. Can't do that. And at the end we do a reflection. So let me show you what I did real quick. So there's my money right in here. Okay, I put $200 in emergency fund, $100 in retirement. My Robinhood, I put a $125 every month, so $425. We really want to get our savings and investing up, my friends. Student loan, okay. I went to Tarrant County College, man, and I went to state school. Maybe you don't have that loan. It's nice to see if you do and don't have that, because if I did, it kind of changes the numbers. I could easily put 200 in there and watch the bottoms right here. It's going to change. Once you can pay some of this debt off, it's fantastic. So maybe you're going to be the one that's just not going to have that student loan. It gives you more money at the end. $250 for my debt payments. Here's my rent. I'm going to go ahead and do $1,500 a month on my apartment. That's about the least I think you're going to find. I just found a good deal. The $1,750 is probably more realistic for a brand new person. Now I'm single here. I'm going back to single days, and so I got my utilities, I got my cable, my phone. Always put some other expenses in there, and for those of us who have a little more experience and we've been out, these will creep up. My total fixed costs are $2,200. I do like to eat well. I like to dine out. I went ahead and went for the full brand new car. All right, I chose a Subaru Crosstrek brand new because I like to get out and have some fun. I like to play golf. So my entertainment, little maybe on the heavier side, miscellaneous right in here. So this is your summary account. Total savings $425. It's always great to know how much we are saving. But savings, everything is an expense here. We've expensed everything. So my total income was $5,000. Oh, I paid $5,050, and so I have a negative net difference at the end of the month of $50. Now, if you have a negative number, it will show in red the way I've got it. If it's positive, it will show in black. That's why black is the best color for our finances. It always means we're showing a profit or we're in the positive area right in here. And that's okay. This is what we want to do. It takes several months, my friends, to get a budget going. and the first month may be painful. I did have a different spreadsheet that basically accounted for everything, and students had said, "Man, this is just too much. It's overwhelming." And as I look at it, it was quite overwhelming. Hopefully, this looks easier. It's quicker. You get a nice snapshot. It tells us where we are. You can only improve upon what you measure. And then the second part is right down here. So what I want you to look at is earning extra income. You've got the nice job, but hey, you're young. Even if we're still middle aged like myself, or getting into different years, hey, hopefully there's something else we can do to make some extra money. So I want you to do this. I want you to look at how can you do an AI search, top 20 fun side gigs, narrow it down to 5, and then explain what you selected of the top 5 and choose one that you think you could realistically develop in 6 months. I mean, in 6 months from now, within 6 months, I should get this going. When would you launch it, and what's preventing you from doing that? Okay. And then the last one here is just, how could I cut? So I went back up to mine and that $50. How can I cut that? Well, what are some other things that I could do? Maybe the new car, although I like it, is not the best step for someone who's just recently starting their career. Yeah, maybe I should take that old car. If I was taking the old car at 170 versus 750, wow, that's going to be big. I could save that extra money and put a huge down payment on my car. Things like that. So again, name the expense right in here, the top 3 expenses. And again, how could you cut it, and what money do you think you would save? That is how we do this project. And real quickly, as I'm coming into here, I'm a chat GPT person, and I do pay for the service. And again, there's a miscellaneous expense, but anything you can do to get better in AI, my friends, is something you should pursue. So I said, chat, what are the top fun 20 side gigs a full-time employee could do, make extra money? All right, here's the creative ones right in here. I know you have skills like this, okay? There's online based, okay? Skills based right in here, on the go. And we didn't even put in here, these are mainly pet sitting. Man, if you have a dog, people will pay $30-40. I mean, you can charge like $100 for a few hours for dog sitting. Great things. And of course, look at all the stuff in here: Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Rover. Do some shopping, anything right in here. Of course, what it didn't list was some service jobs, cleaning homes. Cleaning a 2,000 square foot house will probably take you a couple hours, and you can charge anywhere from $200 to $250 for that. That's $50 an hour, and you use the customer's vacuum cleaner and their cleaning products. How do I know that? That's how much I paid just to have a small house cleaned, and honestly, it was not that great. So if you're good at a skill like that, there you go. Maybe you have a lawnmower, mom and dad do. There you can go back home. Maybe you have some neighbors that you grew up with in the old neighborhood, and quickly do some landscape, do some service work as well. You could throw that in there. But that's how you would find that. Again, maybe you are showing your closet on Poshmark. Think of some ways, my friends, that you can actually get that nice gig economy that you could start bringing in. And that's basically maybe that's $300 or $350 a week. I think you could do that. There's the assignment when you are ready, just like the other assignments. If I were to go to a student view, and I hope it works because great. I start that assignment. I have downloaded it, and there we go. We basically add the file. Drag it right there. Find your file, put it in, and submit it. Now, again, what you want to do is download that immediately and then save it with your name in there. Here's why. Because I'll save it Randy June 2025, 26, whatever the month I'm in. Could be September, October. That way you can go back and you can look at every month. So save it with the template and then save it with the name and the month on there. It will make it real easy for you. Hope it's a great assignment for you. Again, it is the starting point so we can start managing all of the money that you are going to make throughout your career.